April 8th. It's 10 degrees Celsius. Today's the day of the eclipse. It's 4 p.m. I'm about a half hour from the total eclipse. On Wednesday, maybe, last week. So today's Monday. This was the first patty. This would be the second patty I put on Wednesday. This would be, if this was gone, this would be 3 pounds. This one's almost gone. This one here, if they eat that, it'd be 4.5. So on the second round of patties, the queen issues will show. If that patty wasn't 8, on the first patty wasn't 8, that means they're not raising brood. If it's not consumed a lot like the others, then they're raising brood, but very little. Could be a drone layer. I wouldn't be back here so soon. However, those queen issues show up, and I could smell Foulbrood. And I located a hive with EFB. So now I have the green light to treat with Oxytet. 3.5 kilograms of icing sugar to 454 grams of oxytetracycline. So all you would do, put that on the end bars. That is about 30 grams. That's what the treatment calls for. 30 grams, 4 to 5 day intervals, 3 times. Do not sprinkle it in the middle because it will kill brood. And this is the wrong time of year to start killing brood. Same thing. I can't believe they've ate over 2 pounds of global 15% patties. I didn't plan on putting another patty on these, but since I'm here to do the Oxytet, I might as well. I'm not organized to put the patties on because I didn't think I was doing it. So you just take your 30 gram treatment, put it on the end bars. I'm going to pull frames here on the hive that I found the EFB to show you. I don't know if you guys can see the hive. No, you guys can't see anything. So this one, that's what I thought I would see. This is the first patty, that's the second one. However, you know, some of them are eating more, which is crazy. Don't worry about getting this on the bees. They'll just help clean each other off. I'm gonna pause the video here and get set up to pull frames on the one and show you the EFB. The hive right in front of the camera is the hive that I found EFB on. It's I just looked at the sun. The moon's coming. It's about quarter of the way over and it's starting to get shady here. It's kind of cool, but I forgot to bring something I could watch the eclipse with. I don't dare look up at it. But you can tell that we had a nice bright sunny day and it's starting to get shady here. Oh, I wish I had brought my glasses. This is the one I found EFB on. Yeah, and they're not eating. Oh, I might have gave this 2 patties at the time. I don't know. So, I shouldn't have smoked that. I was going to tell you, you should not smoke that because then you can smell. It's called Foulbrood for a reason. I would describe it as like, I've smelled dog shit that smells similar. I smell a little tiny bit. It's not like it was. Nutrition will cure EFB. I'm not saying these global patties is going to cure EFB. My hive tool, since I found this EFB, I'm wearing these gloves. They're disposable. I change them every year. Hive tool goes in bleach. If you can't get your hands on antibiotics, feed lots of syrup. Lots of syrup. It promotes hygienic behavior. And I don't want to recommend burning the hive because I can get my hands on antibiotic, but you might have to burn the hive. This is a frame of eggs. I've got to clean this off to get that back in. I'm gonna be in the dark. It's getting darker here by the minute. This is kind of cool, actually. We'll see if the bees stop flying. I can't leave that frame out. The sun usually keeps it warm, but we're losing the sun here. These frames are stuck down. My experience, EFB, there's some. EFB dies before cappings, and AFB dies in the cappings, the larvae that is. I don't know, right at the end of my hive too, that is dead. It's hard to get the sun. That bee just walked over it. The color's probably not accurate. There's one there. Up here they're eating. This is the early stages of it. I don't smoke, never have. I have a great nose, so it's easy for me. I can smell this before I can see it. This is not a severe case. However, it turns into a severe case. I've had EFB before and didn't know what I was looking at. And I spread it from 1 hive to about 100 hives before I knew what it was. I don't mess around with it anymore. It spreads. And it spreads easily. It's a bacteria. If I could feed syrup now, that would really help. Syrup does wonders for her. There's the little queen. She's right there. There's a good case, good example. This here's enough to ruin your whole apiary. You get, look right here. That one. This will spread and destroy your whole apiary. There's one there. It's dead, it's brown, it's sunk in. There's another one there. Get out of the way. It's in its later stage here. I've read, this one's the classic one right here, brown, dead. So this was the only hive that I found in this yard. So now, before I go into the others, I'll bleach my hive tool, change my gloves. But if you have EFB in this one, and something like that, throwing that on the ground, that's bad. If they were, all this here's got to get cleaned up, because if they're robbing, it's a bacteria, it will spread. So you got to be really hygienic, especially if you don't have access to antibiotics. I think in Europe they make you burn this hive, but we have antibiotics. So it's getting dark here. I'm gonna need my flashlight. Oh. Okay, so now got to throw the gloves away. I did not smell in any of the other hives. Throw the gloves away. Those leather gloves that people wear that go up here, or any leather glove that you can't toss away, you better carry some bleach or alcohol. Scrub them good, because this one right here will spread, and then if you throw that on the truck and go to the next yard, you'll spread it. 3 years ago I didn't know what it was, and I spread it, and the bee inspector told me to burn my hive, and I got some antibiotic, treated that hive. I never split it. I fed it good. I didn't even requeen it. I treated it with antibiotic, and it's never had EFB since. And that was the first hive I ever seen it in. Well, after that, I had spread it to like another 100 colonies. This hive here was the very first hive that I ever noticed EFB in. I wrote it on the lid. It's the very first hive 3 years ago, and I haven't requeened it. I haven't split it. I haven't taken a nuke from it. I just let it do its thing. If it wanted to swarm, it swarmed. I don't know if it swarmed or not. I didn't do nothing with it. I've kept it fully intact because the inspector told me to burn this hive because it had EFB. And 3 years ago, this is what it looks like. What's today? April 10th? 11th? And this, I put a palm patty on here 1st of April roughly. So this is the very first one I've ever found EFB in. I didn't even know what EFB was at the time. We've not split it, we've not requeened it. We sent a frame away to the bee inspector, and it came back the first case ever of a certain strain of EFB here in the province. And if I get a chance, we'll find out what strain that was. Remember all that? So this was a hive I was told to burn. And all we did was fed it syrup and antibiotic. And 3 years later, like, it's still alive. It's never been split. Didn't take a nuke.
Have we ever requeened this? I can't remember.
No, because we requeened this one, but we've done nothing. We were so new to beekeeping that we didn't know if it had EFB or if it had chalk brood. That's how much we knew then. So I spread EFB from this hive to, what, 100 other colonies. So EFB will clear up if the conditions are right. Good nutrition and syrup. Syrup is gonna help a lot because it just gives them the energy they need, and you know, they clean more and they feed the larvae better with more syrup. And these are carniolan bees. By the looks of it, they're dark. Back then we were using all Konas. There's lots of brood. They smell great. There's no EFB in there now. But because we found it in other colonies, you know, we're treating. This location last fall didn't have the same pollen flow as all our other hives. You getting a shot of the lake? Wind's dropping out. Wind's dropping out right now. That bee's gonna sting your finger. Last fall, this yard did not have the same nutrition as our other yards, and the population was smaller when I opened them 2 weeks ago than all our other yards. I strongly believe that fall nutrition. We did those? What? Yeah, we did these.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did this. Let's open this one. Rocks. Rocks is a horrible idea for holding lids down. Watch this be a dead one. No, it's not dead. But it's out of patty. That's probably enough video. I just needed that for the other video I'm making.